forward with his immortals.
This is not very efficient, but he's doing a lot of damage and he manages to get a nice splashing and he but he baited out so many more. Oh! Just crashing at the natural. Oh, and so many probes. This work is going to be able to move. No, he gets a large hit on those work. There's nothing to stop this push. There's so many units left for Jernstrom.
Our ship goes down.
This is absolutely amazing play from Jernstrom.
Oh, no!
Coming in the third base and they're killing all of the workers. Oh my god! And at the same time, he's killing every worker, single worker. 33 workers killed with those drops.
And right now, our players are getting ready. We are loading into the game in a couple of seconds, and we are going to have a game 3 between these two players. It stands 1-1 right now in match score.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting to see. I feel there is a lot more to these players than we've seen already. Jernstrom, we've seen this Baneling plays from last time. It was on this map, actually. I hope we can see those again, because they were awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, this was the map that Jernstrom really utilized that drop tech with those Banelings.
You will drop to both bases with Banelings.
Yeah, I think we have it in our trailer, actually.
Yeah, we do.
Him dropping those mineral lines of RMP and just annihilating those worker lines.
So what we don't have is when it tries to Baneling bust a ramp over and over and over again, and the force field are clutched and very to the second when he needs them. It was amazing.
Yeah. And here we have, on Entombed Valley, in the bottom left corner, our Zerg player tying it up, 1-1 in map score. Give it up for Jernstrom!
Yes, and in the upper left corner, oh, I get to say his name again. I like this. Give it up for Yahweh! Yahweh still has the crowd support, I feel.
Yeah.
It's tight, it's close, but he has it.
And here we see actually a forward pylon.
Yeah.
Proving that he might actually going to do some Forge expand, but I think that pylon
he claims that he never does Forge fast expand. Yep. Perhaps he's doing his one gateway expand, but he's planning to wall it as well.
Well, clearly it's a one pylon expand. But
did I say one pylon?
No, I said.
Oh, okay. One gateway expand.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you,
I mean, he claimed something and he was wrong. He was lying. There's our Forge. There's a Forge fast expand on this map, and
I gotta get someone to fact check the statements.
Yeah, and here we see Jernstrom getting a 15 hatch. What do you think of this?
Well, he's done it. He did it the first game. He did a 15 hatch. But it's not a 15 pool behind it this time.
No, and here we actually see Yahweh getting the early scouting the right way at the start. And we see a pylon in the mineral line. Is this actually going to be a cannon rush?
I don't know. He's chosen a pretty strange place for it. There are better places in that mineral line where you can wall in yourself with the pylons and the cannons. But it could be. But of course, Jernstrom has those 4 drones on it, so I don't think it's going to be successful unless he throws down a lot of them.
Yeah, and he has the opportunity.
And the drone goes down, so there's
denied.
Definitely not going to be a cannon rush today.
And right now, we need Yahweh to expand right away. He has 500 minerals, and there we see him putting down that natural nexus.
I actually think it was an attempt at a cannon rush and has thus reverted into a Forge fast expand that failed.
He was actually up at 600 minerals at one point, and that was really indicative of that cannon rush. But I mean, getting that probe killed, a huge mistake for Yahweh actually, if he was going to try and do that. But
so a wall off with a Forge, a gateway, 2 pylons and a cannon. Not the strongest wall off in the time.
I think if I were Jernstrom and I scouted this, I would put down that Baneling nest as soon as possible.
He's got 2 queens coming, so he's going to be able to macro pretty hard when those are out. And he's got 2 links. Just 2 links to do scout a bit.
And here we see Jernstrom trying to put down that third, but there's a probe there trying to harass a little bit, but and he puts down. No, he didn't put down the pylon. What's up with this?
Was that a misclick? No, I think he actually changed his mind when he saw the drone leave. So he denied that third, which might have been a fake actually.
And here we see Lings coming to clean up the little bit of probe at that third, and
but they weren't on attack command.
Oh, they were move command. Oh my god! But here we see Jernstrom getting a little bit cautious, putting down that Pinecrawler. I don't think this is really necessary, if I'm honest with myself.
Well, what has Jernstrom seen? Observer, can we see what Jernstrom has seen? Actually, he hasn't seen anything. He has no idea what's coming. He doesn't even know if it's an expand. It could be a 4-gate that's about to hit in 50 seconds.
Yeah, and this is actually really huge for Yahweh. Getting that Nexus up and running and chrono boosting out those workers. I mean, this puts him on equal ground.
Yeah, actually I would say that Yahweh is a bit ahead at this point. Since he had a, well, kind of early expand, and it's up and running. He's building probes.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, here we see the gateway research, and not being chrono boosted, indicative of some passive play. He is chrono boosting out those workers, but he is supply bulk at the moment. And this is
Jernstrom took out that probe, that pylon in the mineral line finally, and supply bot him momentarily. Here, the Ling finally comes up to scout and sees everything. Actually,
I think we're going to see an immortal all-in. We see Yahweh only producing sentries right now.
Oh, and Jernstrom has very few drones in his main base. Actually, it doesn't feel like he's perfectly saturated, distributed across those bases, but it has the third coming down. And do you think we're going to see that all in?
I am 95% certain that we are going to see that all in.
Does he have a robo?
No, he doesn't have a robo, and he hasn't taken the gases on the natural yet. And there we go. And he's going to put down that robo any second now.
And Yahweh has found Jernstrom's third and put a pylon down next to it, so let's see what he's going to do there.
Oh, he's going to cannon rush the third. Oh, God.
You think? Yes, he is.
And Jernstrom can't see it.
No, he needs an overload over that building hatchery, but he's going to see it in a minute. But the cannons is going to be ready.
The problem with this, though, Yahweh is investing a lot of minerals into this cannon rush.
Now
there's 150 minerals a pop per cannon and 100 minerals for that pylon. And
so that's 550 minerals just to cannon rush and deny
continuing to cannon rush. This is really bad for Yahweh. I mean,
he's building more? No.
Oh, he cancelled that really smart by him.
Yeah, it really doesn't need those there.
I don't know if I agree with this. I mean, it's a good way to deny a base, but mineral-wise, it isn't worth it. Oh, and he puts down another.
And cancels it again. I don't know what to... But actually, I think what he's actually doing is... he's irritating Jernstrom. He's being all fiddly and... Jernstrom can't play the way he wants to. Because of these cannons and... Well, strange play, actually.
Yeah, and here we see the third hatch actually going down. And if we look into the main of Yahweh, we see that robot I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, but he isn't building any... Well, it isn't finished. On Jernstrom's side, we see the infestation pit, and the roach horn is, of course, already finished, and +1 attack for ranged. So, I think Jernstrom is trying to go the same build he did last game, actually.
Yeah, and it has been working for him really good, and I think Yahweh is going to take a third here, and if Jernstrom gets offensive, this could actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But those sentries, they have so much energy. I mean, high sentry energy with those force fields, splitting up those roaches, getting them sellouts in. It's hurtful to look at.
Both players are trying to take a third, but Jernstrom actually took his fourth as well. He's double expanding right now to try to get ahead economically. And I think that's the right choice at this moment, although he hasn't scouted Yahweh. He still doesn't know what Yahweh is doing.
Exactly. And, Yahweh hasn't put down his third Nexus. What's up with this?
Oh. Well, he has a probe waiting there, so he's gone up. He is going to.
This is really strange.
Yeah. So he has Blink and plus weapons, and the... he's going for Orphans, it looks like.
Yeah, and here we go. That third base getting down, but that's really late. And we see Jernstrom getting that bank up, putting some
really
gas
high
in the count.
And now he's building 17 drones, so he's going to go high econ right now. But also 6 infestors on the way. That's a lot, actually.
Yeah, and I'm actually really surprised he isn't pushing his advantage in upgrades. And there we see Aspire, and I think we're going to see... Oh, Burrow. Is he going for Burrow
Aspire and a Burrow and infestors and... Well, he's going all over the place. He's taking everything at once.
Yeah, and
that's actually quite interesting. What build do you use against everything?
Well, of course, everything. I mean, this is really strange. If I were him, I would put down that hive right now, knowing that third of Yahweh is really late. And
But does he know that? Yeah, he flew his overseer in.
Yeah, and he saw the drones mining, he saw he saw the probes mining, and he saw the probe waiting to put down that third, and he scouted the wall off, and it hasn't been any aggression for a couple of minutes right now, and he's got to know this.
Yeah, but I still don't know. Jernstrom has 1,600 minerals, 600 gas, and it has larva. Why is it spending it? Is it saving it for an engagement, or is it a backup plan?
It's a bank, but he's 95 supply out of 168, and this is just, I don't know. He isn't producing a lot of 21 roaches. 21 roaches. I say that again, and I say it with pride.
Well, yeah, it does look like he's going the same build as last time. He's going to try to push his way in with a lot of roaches and a lot of infestors. And Yahweh, where's he going with this? He has got Archons out. He has an Immortal, he has some sentries, a lot of sentries, but not that much else actually.
I mean, he should utilize his robo a lot more and put out some more Immortals on the field, because with that splash damage from the Archons, he's really well adapted against Zergling aggression.
So when Yahweh has locked himself in and has to kill his own gateway, which was surprisingly quick actually. Well, do you think, I have a hypothesis here, do you think Yahweh has seen the trailer, he saw Jernstrom go Banelings, and then Banelings, and then Banelings, and then Roach Hydra, and then Banelings, and then Banelings? Do you think he's preparing for it?
He might be putting on those kinds of mind games, but if he is, that's really sloppy, because he has observers on the field. He should just be able to scout Jernstrom out, and this is, I don't know. We see the fleet beacon coming down. He is working against that mothership.
He's preparing for that yet again. It's quite early for that, actually, I feel.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's on 3 base. His fourth is coming underway, and Jernstrom is just about to saturate that fourth.
And has taken a fifth as well. Jernstrom's supply has shot up. He has the Greater Spire coming, and of course the Corruptor, so he's definitely going for some Broodlords at this point in the game.
Yeah, and he really needs to be careful with not overproducing those.
But Java is pushing out now. He's got some Stalkers, he got his a lot of Archons, and Jernstrom sees it is building a lot of Spine Crawlers. Is he going to put up a fight here? I think so. Those are a lot of Roaches.
Yeah, and I think Java getting a little bit scared when spotting those Roaches. And
but Java is pushing at the perfect time, while the Greater Spire is building, but it isn't ready yet.
And here we go, he's pushing into the fourth, picking off both spines before they are even
no resistance yet, and he'll come over the Roaches. And the Corruptors will have nothing to shoot.
The force fields.
Oh, don't go through there.
Just annihilating those Roaches that got caught in the force fields. And this is just displaying how good the sentry can actually be for tier 1 unit.
Oh, everyone, we have a mothership on the way for Yahweh. I love to see mothership play, except in ZvP, where I see it all the time. I would love to see it in PvT sometime, actually.
That could be interesting, but I mean, Marines, Vikings, battle cruisers.
Well, battle cruisers suck. Well, they just suck. You can't play battle cruiser. I played battle cruisers twice. One time against a bronze friend, and one time on ladders. I lost both times.
And here we go. We're setting up for a really late game. We see Yahweh actually taking his fifth right now, going to wall that off with his pylons. Jernstrom saturating his fifth, and neither of our players is actually doing anything offensive right now.
Yeah, I don't know why Yahweh didn't push his advantage. He's giving Jernstrom time to get his Broodlords out. Now he has 6 on the way.
Yeah, but we gotta remember, a lot of his supply is actually caught up in those Roaches. He has 37 Roaches on the field and just 6 Infestors.
He just managed to go up to 202 out of 200 supply. With a little cancel trick there, and here comes Yahweh pushing in. No, he's changing his mind again.
I mean, there are 9 Broodlords on the field, and coupled with a couple of Fungals, that army is just worthless.
But does Yahweh know what Jernstrom got at this point? He has an observer in the base, right?
He has a Warp Prism at the third.
Oh, here comes some Warp Prism harassment, but
quite lame Warp Prism harass if the Warp Prism isn't warping in anything. you know, the Warp Prism.
Yeah, and
not being
Jernstrom
in a
saw it right away as well.
Yeah, and he has that observer in front of the natural, seeing those roaches now moving out and spotting those broodlords. This is really big for him. And putting down 4 Stargates and upgrading air and...
Yeah, of course he wanted to go air against the broodlords and roaches. Of course, but he hasn't got time. He needs to beat this now. How are they doing upgrade-wise? Who's got the most upgrades?
We see Yahweh having plus shields and plus 3 attack. And we see Jernstrom actually just having 1-1 if I'm not...
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, the Vortex!
No.
So close.
He actually stole the mothership, but he lost the Infestor right away. Oh, and the Vortex sucks in a lot of those.
And we are going to see an Archon toilet right here, ladies and gentlemen.
If you can get the Archons over there.
Yeah, of course, and now the Archon's going in, and we're going to see a couple of Broodlords getting
what's
annihilated.
What's going to happen to the supply now? Well, actually, he had a lot of roaches in there who pushed all the Archons away, so they didn't do all that much. But of course, he still took a lot of damage, but he's trying to remax right away.
Yeah, and Jernstrom getting those 30 roaches out on the field, and we still have this Warp Prism actually not doing that much. Oh, and if we look into the main of Yahweh, we see 5
on the
carriers. This is he a clown? I mean, this is a bit over the top, if you ask me.
Oh, I love this night. First it's a nuke play, now it's a carrier play. It's well, it's unusual, but of course we see 11 Corruptors building right now.
Yeah, and I think he's actually going to morph some Broodlords of those because he hasn't spotted the Stargates, and this is huge.
Yeah, Yahweh just finished +1/+1 air attack, something we don't see all that often as well.
Yeah, and I mean, soon enough we're going to have 5 carriers out on the field, and this is a special day, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome.
Well, of course, the problem with carriers is since the interceptors cost money, they're not really that cost-effective in the long run. But I still love seeing carriers.
Well, that depends. I mean, if you have 4.4k minerals in the bank, I think you can afford a couple of carriers.
Yeah, but in the long run. We see Jernstrom's running by the roaches. I think he's actually sacrificing those to get more supply, but he's trying to take out the base as well. And is he gonna? Oh yes, I think he's gonna take it. Yeah, nice play from Jernstrom, offering those supply.
And the burrow, trying to force out some more.
But it does have an observer at point. And here I see the shadows now, and the observer is changed away. But there we are, the carriers finally out in the field.
And we see actually Yahweh getting ahead on bases on top of Jernstrom, just being pleased with his 5th, and I don't think this is really good if we're going for the extreme long game. And and if we look at the 3rd of Jernstrom, we see a Hydra then, but not upgrading those Hydra range upgrade.
Yeah, we see both players maxed right now, but that's because Jernstrom is morphing 13 Infestors at a time, and he also has, I can count, 11 Corruptors. So 11 Corruptors against all those carriers. Well, it might work if he has the Infestors support at the right time.
Yeah, and those carriers getting those upgrades right now, those 2-2 getting on the way, those field upgrades, the carrier interceptor upgrade. This is a really scary army.
Yeah, what was it called? The magnetic something that makes the interceptors launch faster?
Yes, that is correct. And here we
what's
see.
It called?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the one up in the corner. That's the one.
And here we see Yahweh actually getting rid of his less useful units now in the late game. Sentries and Immortals being excellent in the mid game, but against the late game Broodlord Infestor army, this is actually a really bad composition to have at your disposal. And right now we just see him denying a base and just trying to do the best with his army.
Yes, Jernstrom sent a lot of, those spies. What are they called? What are they called? The spies? The changelings. Changelings. So he definitely saw all the carriers, and he knows what's going. And Jernstrom is moving out right now. Has a lot of overseers, a lot of infestors, and of course his corruptors and roaches.
Yeah, and he has 14 infestors, and that's actually really good. And we have 2 vortexes on this mothership, and High Templars.
And here we go, a lot of infested Terrans thrown out.
Oh, and we see those feedbacks, really excellent.
And there sucks in. Oh, he sucks in everything, absolutely everything.
This is terrible for Jernstrom. I mean, he has an excellent bank behind this, but just remaxing on Corruptors, 24 Corruptors in the production tab. And
and so much splash damage, But the mothership goes down actually, and the roaches survive.
no, the roaches are getting
there they go.
annihilated by this force actually. And we see a mothership underway. We see High Templars being warped in. We see +3 upgrades for the air, and this is a really cool game.
Yeah, absolutely. We just saw 29 Corruptors morphing at the same time. That's a lot of Corruptors.
Yeah, if you go to the natural of the Jernstrom space, we have that little fleet of Corruptors. This is really cool. If I
Yahweh
have to say so
is
myself.
on the move. He's going down. He's going to face the Great Wall of Spine, but he goes around it, I feel.
Yeah, and I mean, what's the upgrades for Jernstrom's air?
Okay, can we see the battle? Can we please see the battle? There we are. Roach versus... and here comes all the Corruptors. I think they can one-shot these carriers, actually. Well, not quite. But the carriers are going down fast.
This is Yahweh's game to win right now. The Interceptors just annihilating those Corruptors.
5 carriers down.
Yeah, but we have Archons.
Oh, there comes Jernstrom. GG.
This game, man, this game.
Yeah,
I mean,
extremely late game. And it didn't go as ZvP late game usually goes, I feel.
no, I mean, this was a really interesting turn of events.
Absolutely.
I mean, we saw carriers, we saw a lot of feedbacks, which we spoke about earlier, and we see a lot of Corruptors. I mean, 24 Corruptors at a time.
29 at a time, actually.
29?
Yeah,
oh
29.
my God.
That's absurd.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really high number for just Corruptors. Because, I mean, they're Corruptors. And they weren't actually well upgraded, so...
Well, he had +2/+2 going at the end, but at the same time, Yahweh was going 3/3, I think, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an array of macro abilities being displayed on our dear little Barcraft right here.
Yeah.
And I think this is really even. 2 very weird players getting just...
Yeah, it's really hard to tell who's
I'm
ahead at
speechless.
this moment.